In general, Lafitte's been I'd say rating about a 7, 8 on a scale of 1 to 10. And what's kind of crazy is just a few weeks ago, it was all redfish. You could not buy a trout for nothing. No matter how bad you wanted to catch them, it was just 1 or 2. Then all of a sudden things changed. We had a little front come through, the water dropped really low, come back up. So whatever reason would happen, I can't really explain it, but I'm happy to see them. But for the last 2 years, Lafitte's been really weak on speckled trout. Right now, 8 o'clock in the morning, these guys, 75, 100 fish, limiting out early. Still gives you time to go look for them reds, but as we speak, the red's on the flip. We caught a few reds today, but on average, it was all redfish. Same areas we would have, say, 20, 30 at a time, you'd be seeing fish, things happening, not there. And now they're not here, they're just relocated. I think our salinity levels are actually low, but what typically happens during the winter months, say for the Lafitte area, is all your fish move northward. Northward meaning closer to the marina. So like today, we wasn't, as a crow flies, we wasn't 2 miles from the marina right here in Lafitte. So thinking we were close, we was in a pen, but this area's right here in Lake Salvador. The Wrigley's is really close. People coming from Highway 90 fishing Lake Salvador, catching trout and redfish. So we're glad to see them, we hope they stay. But honestly, I think the biggest key for that is Isaac. That really brought in that big fluctuation, new bait, new fish. Typically Salvador is a very shallow bank, so you can be almost 200 yards up the bank in Lake Salvador, still going to be at 30 inches of water. And it's a fairly hard bottom, it's a little different. So it's kind of a sandy bottom, pretty hard. There's some clamshells, there's a lot of stumps. So if you're not familiar with Lake Salvador, you don't want to just, because there's water, be running. You want to stay a quarter mile offshore. When you decide you want to come in, take your time, come off the throttle, and ease in. And then what you are looking for, you are looking for seagulls. There's a lot of pogies up there right now. So typically, the giveaway factor for the redfish is going to be pogies. And what it is, sometimes you'll see the schools coming to the surface and being really nervous, but you never see the hit, but they're underneath there. So the thing is, do you see in that, that's Mother Nature giving you just a little hint of what's going on. You got to take advantage of that. Stop, try it out, and catch some reds. Wrigley's, Bayou Pirogue, both say bayous, you almost call them lakes now, it's so big. But the Wrigley's on the east side is rocks the whole way down, rocks and concrete walls. Every 200-300 feet, sometimes might be 100-200 yards, is breaks. And what it is breaks they made in the rocks, and that's where you get the ebb and flow of the current. Winter time is a no-brainer. Typically, the redfish will stack up there. You got redfish, black drum, and sheephead. It's a dead shrimp on the bottom kind of day. When the weather's kind of crazy and the wind's blowing, it's a little dirty. Pull up there, anchor up, drown some shrimp for a little bit. Typically, after 15 minutes, if you have not catch nothing, don't waste your time. Just move to the next one. They got hundreds of little cuts between Bayou Pirogue and the Wrigley's. So you can make your day just kind of hitting the little cuts. And you're going to find out the ones you really like, your favorite ones. You got to figure out why they're your favorite, because the backside of that cut is like draining out one pond, a big pond, a canal. So you got to do your homework, study your map a little bit. You can Google right on your phone and see exactly where you're at and see what's behind it, because there's a reason the fish are there. You just got to figure out why. Wintertime pattern, like we're talking about right now, we're normally lower than normal tides. So what happens, all the duck hunters naturally, they know the tide drops out, there's hardly no water left in the ponds. Well, all them fish were in there, get to the mouth on the cuts, which are now the breaks in the rocks. They just congregate and they kind of stay there because two things. One is a deeper trough, and they can sit there and catch that easy bait coming out the ponds, and they want to be in the duck ponds. They want to be feeding naturally, but they'll line up in them cuts, and you can just kind of throw a little dead shrimp, Carolina style. That works pretty good. The key thing with any time with speckled trout normally is weather. Now today we had birds, we had dirty water though. We were fishing in probably 3-inch water clarity, which is really dirty for us. People that fish down the river fish dirty water all the time. We're not used to that. Either it's clean or it's dirty. If it's clean, I'm in. If it's dirty, I normally go somewhere else. But knowing the birds were working and seeing the shrimp physically jumping in the water, we knew the fish were there. So I mean, we caught so well when it's dirty water, just think it'd be clean. If the winds are bad, well, your open waters definitely out the question. We still have canals back at back at Texaco right here in the Lafitte area, and like what else? We're running behind Galliano, like Cloverleaf and those canals back there. There's a lot of big canals, deep canals, 6-8 foot of water, and trees on the bank. So sometimes you got to run across that open water to get to them spots, but you got to do it when it's real windy.